All right, let's go with medical. Davis, Martin, Powell, Lively, and Washington all out. Yeah, I think it's great. He's had an all-star season for us, on and off the floor. His leadership has been at a high, and so it's great that he was named to the all-star team. And we've said this before: no matter being named or not, we always believe that he was an all-star for us.
What can you tell us about Matt Christie? I mean, he was the other guy in this trade and so forth in 3 games. He's been playing pretty well.
Yeah, Christie's playing extremely well, but he was playing well before the trade, and so he is playing well, and we need him, especially with the injuries. We need him to continue to keep playing the way that he is. I think today's his birthday. He's 22, but I think he's more like 32. Just the maturity, the way he approaches the game, the things that he does, and so for someone that young to be able to handle this moment is pretty special.
I know we talked to AD after injury, of course. He said he didn't consider it serious at that point, but I guess if you guys know again that this would be prolonged
No, they're still evaluating. So there's still stuff that has to come out, and at some point that will. All speculation right now, but he's being evaluated, and at that point, then a statement will come out.
So it would be premature now just to put any time frame on
Yeah,
how long you think.
that'd be true. That's
Jason, do you look at the Boston game that you won last week as however long it's going to be? Is that the template for what you're going to have to do? Push the tempo, score transition, a lot of threes, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I think when you look at, if you want to use the Boston game, but we've talked about that after the Boston game, we have to play fast, and that doesn't change tonight or Wednesday or Thursday. We want to play fast. We got to be able to create threes, attacking the ball, touching the paint. So that doesn't change. We might be a little bit smaller than we were on Saturday. And so everyone has to come back and help us rebound on the defensive end. And again, try to protect the paint, and then understand, make it one tough shot, contest, and then get the rebound and get out and run.
I know that I've asked you this question in similar situations before, but as news like serious injuries or however serious it is continue to come out, how has the spirit of the group stayed intact? Where would you assess it today going into tonight's game?
At a high, it's unfortunate to say this, it's the norm. We're used to it, and unfortunately, we're used to it. But that's part of sport. Injuries, trades, that happens, and so you can see the group. Philly didn't bounce our way. The ball, we had opportunities to win on the road, and then we come back against Boston and find a way to win. And so the group is going to play. Again, we've always been judged on energy and effort, and I think as you've been with us this whole time, that energy and effort has always been at a high with whatever group is out there. And so, again, that's what we'll go into tonight. Our energy and effort has to be high. Sacramento is a different team, too. They got a lot of guys over there that can score. And so for us, unfortunately, we've had injuries. This isn't our first one. So next man up, and we're going to try to find a way to win.
How has game planning for the Kings kind of changed now that De'Aaron Fox is no longer with them?
Yeah, well, they have legitimate scores over there. When you talk about Sabonis and DeRozan and now Levine and Monk is playing the point, and so just understand he can score too. So they're starting five, and I'm not trying to leave anybody out, but those four can score at a high level, and so just understanding that they put a lot of pressure on your defense, and so our defense will be tested tonight.
You're obviously low on big man. Is there anything you can tell us about where Dwight is, where he stands? Is he able to do any kind of?
No, there's no update.
Jason, how would you say you have managed the last week? Just obviously as a coach, having to stay in the killing that you guys prepare night in and night out, but for you emotionally, how you've had to process the last week or so, how have you handled all of this with all the changes that have come with this franchise?
Great question. I've been through it, so my job is to speak or tell guys that you got to keep pushing forward, and that's what this group has done. through injuries, through trade. This past week, the train doesn't stop. The games keep coming, and no one feels sorry for us. That's just the way the league is. And so for us to pout or want to take our ball and go home, it doesn't work in this league. You gotta fight, and our group is fighting. That group in that locker room has character. They care. They want to win. They get the opportunity. We talked at the beginning of the season how deep we are. Well, we're being tested right now, and so for me, is to be able to continue to keep with that energy and effort. That's all we're talking about. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to lose. We're going to win, but you just got to keep playing, and you can see that with this group.
Jason, Kyrie played over 40 again against Houston. I know the idea is to try to keep him under that. I know sometimes it's just not possible. How much how much is it on your mind, his workload going ahead in the next, weeks and throughout the rest of the season? And are there realistic ways to try to lessen and reduce just his minute totals?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. I am concerned about the 40 minutes, but right now we're just focused on Sacramento and playing this game. And if he does touch 40, then he gets to rest tomorrow, and then we'll see how it goes for Wednesday. He's a pro. He's doing whatever we've asked him to do. And just understanding that, yes, we can talk about weeks, but we just have 3 games this week before the break, and then he has to go to San Francisco for All-Star break. And so we're just taking tonight, and then we'll see if we can get him under 40. If we have to play him 44 to win, then he just has to rest a little bit longer with the kids tomorrow. But these are the cards we are dealt, and he's a pro, and he's not going to complain about the load. He's one to try to figure it out and not one that's going to complain. And so we're lucky to have him on our side.
Davis isn't a guard, obviously, but when he's on the court, does he have some ability to alleviate just the strain and the pressure and at least fill a little bit some of the responsibilities that Kyrie usually takes?
Yeah, I think you saw that in the 2.5 quarters. It was a beautiful thing. I think you guys all enjoyed it, right? Like, he displayed everything that he can do, offensively and defensively, right? It just, unfortunately, we might have to wait until he comes back to show it again, but he can put the ball on the floor. He's unselfish. Defensively, he's one of the best in the world, and so he can relieve a lot of pressure, not just dribble or pass, but to be able to score from inside and out. And so I thought his display of what he did in the 2.5 quarters or the 30 minutes was at an all-time high, and that's just who he is. And so we'll hold it together until he gets back.
You guys won at Boston and at OKC, severely short-handed, including without Luka. How much is there psychological effect of that, as an example of what you guys are capable of doing?
We've been short-handed since training camp. That's the truth. Exum's been out since first day of training camp. So was Luka. No one's complained. We suit up, we play, we find a way to win, or we lose and we move on. So that's just the beauty of this team, is that we've been faced with this from day one. And I think we know how to handle it, and that's what we're doing.
Coach, get over Max Chris's first 3 games. He's had 3 pretty productive scoring nights. What about his game has helped him fit so seamlessly in the Yells offense, and what have you liked about his offense?
Yeah, he's been great. His offense, he's not afraid taking big shots, being able to finish at the rim, his ability to catch and shoot. Again, I said he was playing well before the trade, and we're going to need that scoring here with some guys out. I think just his basketball IQ, I think it's on display. Just understanding how to play the game. He's already played with stars before. He's played with AD and LeBron, and then in the trade coming with AD. So I think he's a little bit comfortable in that situation. And so now, we're going to lean on him a little bit, but we just need him to play his part and not go outside the box, but continue to knock down big shots. And then defensively, he gives us another wing to be able to guard.
So what does that box look like for him offensively you're referring to?
Well, just stay, catch and shoot and be aggressive. Make a play for a teammate as much as teammates are making plays for him. And so that's, that when you can keep it simple, good things tend to happen. And so I think he understands what simple is.
All right,
Thanks.
everyone.